Why do you always want to do a cold opening, Devin?
Yeah, I'm not falling for this. I know you've already started recording, so...
Yes, and... Plebs, did you never take an improv class? You're doing podcasts here. You gotta yes and it.
Yes, but why, Devin? Why do you always want to do a cold opening?
Because you always expect me to have the random quirky topic to talk about.
Guys, I'm cool with your odd couple shtick, but we gotta get to the podcast.
In the immortal words of our guest, let's get to the podcast. So this is the Devin Bob Show. We were going for about 30 seconds there of Devin choosing not to do an opening, which is very upsetting to me.
Peaceful protest wins the day.
Peaceful protest. Devin, I gotta say, I'm disappointed in you tonight.
That's all right. I can live with myself and you being disappointed in me.
I don't think you can. You know why?
Why is that?
Because I'm awesome.
Well, that you are, yes.
To be fair. So let's as always, Devin Bob Show, if this is the first time you are hearing it, it is a show about people, and those people are our guests. So we like to highlight a channel, and you just heard him chime in. It is Mr. Josh. What did we say, Devin?
Yeah.
Jach Plays.
It is Mr. Jach, and he plays games. Welcome to the show, Jach.
Hey. I'm not gonna correct you on pronunciation because there basically is none. It's like trying to pronounce Cthulhu correctly.
Cthulhu,
yeah.
Cthulhu.
I didn't know there was not a consensus about how to say Cthulhu.
Oh, a lot of people don't know how to say Cthulhu.
Well, if you look at the H.P. Lovecraft stuff, it's like a lot of that language isn't supposed to be translatable, so it's just like, okay, what's the best way to make this a word that's sayable? And they had like 60, linguists, professional linguists, or something, like a absurdly high amount of linguists work on the pronunciation of Cthulhu for like 20 years or something.
Really?
It's pretty insane.
Like real academics trying to figure that out.
I might have been like taught wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy. I'm going to have to read up on that. I've never heard of that before.
Oh, yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah, H.P. Lovecraft, even though I haven't read a lot of his stuff, there is so much influence everywhere, basically.
Yeah, most of modern pop culture, if it falls into the creepy category, there's some Lovecraft in there somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, I make Lovecraft a lot.
I'll make a... my love is a craft. God damn it.
Is that a new mod for Minecraft?
Yeah, it is. It's Lovecraft. It's where instead of...
I like how we're seeing who can come up with the lamest joke.
Yeah.
Well, that's the show tonight. So the show is making the lamest joke. Nothing? Fucking crickets today. So it is not, and to be honest, it is a show about video games, so the opening has been a little slow tonight. I blame it on Devin.
About you, but it's been like Fast and Furious 7.
For you?
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
I sit in a chair all day. I'm basically a paraplegic, but I can still use my legs.
Paraplegic by choice?
Yeah.
How do you respond to that? Like, I almost want to go, that's awful? Or is that good? I mean, am I supposed to applaud or be upset?
Take it however you will. I'm not sure how to respond to that myself. I'm kind of upset with myself how I said that. Like, it just came off the tongue. I didn't even, like, think about it. But I don't know a paraplegic. I'm sorry if I offended you.
It's okay. We'll fix it in post.
I'm sure they won't stand for it.
We're not fixing it in post.
We're not fixing it. So this show is about... We do have a channel highlight. So Jach
Yeah.
You are the channel to highlight. So what I would like you to do, go ahead and talk about your actual YouTube channel, talk about some of the stuff you do, talk about, kind of some of the videos that you highlight. And if you want to highlight one or two videos, feel free to take this time to do that.
Okay. Let me check on my channel real quick. Let me see how long it's been since I've uploaded anything, and I will actually have an update on that after I say that. Okay, so it's been about 3 months since I've consecutively uploaded things, roughly 4 maybe, and this Wednesday, so a few days before this goes up, right? Because this goes up on Thursday, right?
Yeah, you're close. It goes up Monday.
It'll be up
Okay.
a week from today. We're recording on a Monday. It'll be up next week.
Sure. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to release the first episode of Zen 13, a series of Fallout New Vegas, which is one of my favorite games. I'm a Fallout nerd. I love the lore. I'm not a huge, I don't know everything, but I want to about Fallout. And
go ahead. I was going to say, I just started playing that, actually. I picked it up in the Steam sale, and
Nice.
I had never done mods on the game, so I figured out how to get that working, and I'm giving it a whirl. I'm enjoying it so far.
Oh, yeah. My first... and I was going to say before the show that I wasn't going to get into mods, but I won't talk about what. The first game I ever modded was Skyrim, and then I went from that to New Vegas, then 3, because there really isn't that much modding with 3, so I just kind of played around and made my own.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, and I make my own mods sometimes. They're just
nice.
kind of easy made companions, but it's cool. I can create my own character and all that shit. So
That's awesome. I don't have the knowledge to create my own mods in any way. I barely got them working on my PC.
Oh, really?
No, it wasn't that bad. Once I figured out the downloading this program called Loot, which helps you organize your plugins in the correct order, then I didn't have any issues.
I just use Nexus, and that's usually a major one, and just let it do its thing, because I usually know how to configure the data, because I've been doing it since 2 years since Skyrim came out. So I know a bit. I don't know anything major, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that series starts on Wednesday, correct? So we're talking, the 29th?
I suppose so. If you would ask me 2 hours ago, I would say it was Wednesday already. I don't keep track of time. But yeah, that is actually, yes, that is, yeah.
Awesome. Well, definitely, guys, go make sure you check that one out.
Yep, absolutely. So this is the part of the show where we are going to do some of the stuff that we play. And Devin, I don't have my bumper, so I am stalling until right now.
So can I just talked about modding in Zen 13 for a second. While you stall, I'll stall for you, and I'll talk about my channel if that's cool.
Yeah, go for it.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right, so on the other side of my channel, the previous videos, I mostly do unedited Let's Plays. I see Let's Plays as, sure there's a bunch of Let's Players that actually put time into their edit, but I want it to be as raw as possible, I guess, in a sense. Each episode, each part of a series or whatever is around 9 to 11 minutes, and basically I do a 2-hour session with someone or just myself in 10-minute increments and go from there. And I try to keep the flow going, and it also helps both people, keep a bit going, because if you chop it up, sometimes it can work against you. Like my episode of Amazing World. Oh boy.
What was wrong with it?
It's real rough.
having done YouTube videos for a little while now, just a very small while, that the rough videos hurt. They hurt a lot.
I mean, I love how shitty I did of a job with editing, but yeah, I mean, it's a real rough game to play when, like, I sometimes get to the point where I just question everything in the game. Like, why is this this? So, you get that. It's real meta.
Yeah.
That's very heady. It actually blew my mind just a little bit.
Okay.
Right, absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and go into the stuff you play.
Stuff you play!
And with this section, so if you're, again, new to the channel or new to the show, this is going to be where we talk about stuff that we are playing outside of YouTube. So, as we talked, Jach, we do know that you do have a YouTube channel, and more often than not, you do play video games on it. So this is the part where we talk about stuff that you are probably not playing on YouTube. So if you want to go ahead and list that for our, viewing / listening audience.
Okay. Well, I've been playing Morrowind, and some of those games I don't think I would want to do a Let's Play, because I'm very quiet with RPGs that take a while, except for if I'm in a certain mood. And I just started The Wolf Among Us. And the reason I
love The Wolf Among Us.
I'm on episode 2, almost to episode 3, and holy shit, is that a good series.
It's the best of the Telltale games.
Like, if that was one that they actually made into a series live action, bro.
I think there was talk about that once upon a time, like HBO or Showtime or somebody getting a hold of it.
I mean, I could see how they would do it. It kind of has, it's very, its tonality is almost like Halt and Catch Fire on AMC. For those who know of it, you would probably agree, hopefully. If you don't, watch it. It's a damn good series. And other than that, I just got the season pass. I was really on the edge about it for the season pass for Fallout 4, but then again, it's like, well, it's worth more getting the season pass than all of them separately, so might as well. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Fallout 4, I do want it all.
Why don't you like Fallout 4?
Well, to go back to Morrowind and the Elder Scrolls stuff, because that's what I'm really digging on, the Elder Scrolls, just because of the lore. Like, Bethesda games, they put some effort into that story. And so, the progression, let's look at Morrowind to Skyrim. The progression was more faster paced. And so you have Fallout 4 versus New Vegas even, and you're always doing something, where New Vegas was a journey. You got to see everything, and I get that they wanted to build up and not around, because that kind of helps with loading screens slightly, but then again, engine processes and all that. But it's just, it's almost like a different series. Like, it's like the difference between when Interplay did Fallout and when Bethesda did Fallout. It's kind of that change.
I kind of see what you're saying. I kind of had the same thing. I played the base campaign 2 times on PlayStation before I got my PC, and it's not that it's a bad game. It's just what little I've played of New Vegas, the dialogue options are so much better. You can literally spend half an hour talking to one character in New Vegas. And there was none of that in Fallout. It was very much like, hurry up, get to the fighting. The fact that you can't see what your response actually is. You can only see the emotion behind it.
Well, I play modded Fallout 4, so I totally forgot about that whole wheel.
Yes.
But now that you mention it, oh boy, that is, yeah.
It was really rough, having played it on campaign, and I had played Fallout 3 and loved it. I had to skip New Vegas because I didn't have a game system at the time. But when I came back to 4, even just compared to 3, the dialogue was just not that great. And it was a bit of a chore getting through that. But other than that, it's a good game. It's just, I think when it's compared to some of the better other Bethesda games, it's lacking. They focused so much on the settlement building that I almost feel like that should have been a completely separate game.
Or like a DLC.
Oh, yeah, or a DLC. Yeah, it definitely shouldn't have been something that was a heavy focus of the replayability of base Fallout 4.
And I was going to say about the mod stuff, there's a dialogue mod that came out in like the first week of Fallout 4. If you're ever going to mod Fallout 4, get that. It's way better than the vanilla. And I actually did a run. I'll talk about 2 of my many runs through Fallout 4. The first time I finished Fallout 4, I didn't even know I finished it. It was like, oh, okay. That's a big thing that just happened.
Yep.
I don't feel change. And then I did another one where I went in God mode and went about 8 or 9 hours without ever touching a settlement. So there is possibilities without touching it almost throughout the whole game, but again, you're forced to at a certain point.
Yes.
Yep, I agree. One of the worst parts for sure about Fallout 4.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what really, outside of the in-depth in the world that Bethesda creates, what else do you love about those games?
The role playing. I mean, that may go into the other part, like the world building and all that stuff, but like, you can do basically whatever. Like, if you just want to explore, you can, and I don't know. I'm so ingrained in the. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Okay. Sorry if I'm talking over you guys, but I'm so ingrained, and like that's what I know how to play. So it's hard to describe why I love it, and it's just like, oh, I know this, and so I am enjoying this because it's like almost nostalgic to a point because I've been playing it so long.
There's a comfort level to it.
Yeah. Like, I'm a Bethesda whore, sorry. When I first played Oblivion, I had never played it before, and that was like 2 weeks ago?
When you first played Oblivion, you've never played it before?
Well, at least you don't have drunk Jack on.
He is technically correct, and that's the best kind of correct.
Before, okay, so
sorry, man.
2 weeks ago, it's true. 2 weeks ago, roughly, was the first time I ever played Oblivion. Before that,
fair.
I saw like pictures of it, snippets of it. I didn't know what a niche, like what the jellyfish were, but I was like, I want to be next to that in a game. Like, I want to see that in a game. But that's a whole different thing.
Weren't the jellyfish in number 3?
I think so. And they might be in Oblivion, but I don't know. Just, whatever. I already felt like at home when I never played Oblivion ever before. And that was kind of like...
Because it's a full, complete, fleshed out world.
Yeah. Like, after the intro, the tutorial or whatever, I went outside the dungeon. I'm like, this is beautiful. What have I been missing this whole time? And that's, I don't know, like that style of play, that certain role play style. Not so much a CRPG, because that's basically everything nowadays. Even Minecraft to an extent. But yeah, it's just that style of play and that style of that rule book, basically.
I hear you, man.
Is what.
I hear you, definitely, and I agree. So a lot of Bethesda's games are, man, I could spend. So with Oblivion, I played Morrowind a little bit. My brother had it on his Xbox, the original Xbox, and I would go over there and play it as often as I could, but I didn't get to sit down and play it. But with Oblivion, I had it on my 360, and that was one of the games that I took to completion. So I 100%ed the actual game itself. And then every single DLC that came along, I 100%ed that as well. Now 100% from an achievement perspective, not from every single quest in the game, right? So, but I love them. And I do like Fallout 4. It does have its flaws. It does have its issues.
I'll play it for sure. It's just a different game.
Absolutely. So, Devin, what are you playing on the side? What's your side game?
Well, of course, the Steam sale was this week. I picked up a couple. I picked up New Vegas, as we've already been talking about. I picked up Terraria, and I picked up Hotline Miami 1 and 2. I played the first one on PS4, but I think I'm going to give the whole series a run through once I get bored with New Vegas, which will probably be in like a year.
Nice. So, Terraria. Man, I had that for my Droid. I think it was a Samsung S5 or something silly like that. But I put hours into that game. I mean, hours upon hours of just playing on my stupid phone on that game. It was amazing.
I had it on my iPhone, and I didn't like the controls well enough to keep playing. I typically don't like touch controls anyway. And it was so hard to mine exactly what I wanted to mine using the phone controls. So, I mean, it was only a couple bucks. I figured that with the mouse and keyboard, it should be a lot easier to control and work through. So, kind of excited to sink some hours into that.
Yeah, it's... Go ahead, Jack.
Sorry, I keep on... sorry. So... I have a dry mouth, so I'm really wanting to talk, you know? The diarrhea really dries up your mouth. Not that I've been eating it, more so that it's dehydrating me. I'm not into poop.
That's fair. I think we all assume that you didn't eat your own poop.
I played Terraria for like a day. I enjoy it. But then I couldn't find anything really cool like I've seen everyone else do, so I'm like, alright, I guess I'll wait until people do a game night or something. And then speaking of the Steam sale, I'm going to wait till the 1st, so I have a little bit more spending money, and then I'm going to spend about $200 on games.
Man, that's
Holy
crazy.
Shit! What are you targeting?
Mostly games that I've wanted for a while. And then some games like that are just kind of inexpensive. Just to name a few, Metal Gear Solid 5. I didn't really like Ground Zero, but I do wanna play Metal Gear Solid 5 just to have it. And
it's really good. You will really enjoy it.
The reason I didn't like Ground Zeroes is it went from the first mission being a normal stealth mission, and then it goes to 2 different missions, I think. Maybe I haven't played it for a while, so sorry. Vaguely, if you're listening. MGS. Or, wait, MSG? Is it? Is the initials?
Yes. It's MGS.
Is it MSG?
No, that's what they put in Chinese food.
I thought that was salt. Anyway, he's going to be salty as a potato. It happens.
He always is salty.
But yeah, I want to try that out because I've heard it's more of a stealth game than that side mission that you have to do in Ground Zero that's just straight up like action. I don't want to do an action in stealth, but it looked really neat. Looks really beautiful. I've wanted to play it for a while. All the Civ games except for 5 I'm getting because they're pretty inexpensive and want to try them out. Spec Ops: The Line, I've heard that's a pretty intense story. I'm not too keen on first-person shooters, but if it has a reason behind, with anything, it has a reason behind why it's doing it, then
yeah, it's okay.
Myself.
It's not great. So, I mean, Spec Ops: The Line was good. I played through the whole thing. It wasn't anything that just went, oh my god, it's amazing. I need to have that right now. And you can get it pretty cheap now, so it's not too bad. But yeah, okay, so we're back. Sorry about that. We cut out for a little bit because we had some audio difficulties, but we had to stop the Skype call and start over. So we are back. I apologize for that. Jach, what else were you looking to pick up?
I don't know if you have to edit this out, so I'll just name a few because there's, like I said, about $200 worth, and they're all pretty inexpensive, so that's why there's a lot. I'm not going to name them all, but like Doom, Volgar, because Instant Replay Live has been playing that for a while, off and on, and I want to give it a go. And Don't Starve Together.
Both good games. Well, more than both, I suppose. But yeah, all of those are pretty good games. Devin, I think I just bought the double pack of Don't Starve Together for you and I.
Yeah, you did. I think we're going to eventually maybe try and do a series on it, right?
Yeah, I think so. We'll probably be doing a co-op at some point and see what we can do there. So, as for the Steam sale, I picked up quite a few too. I kind of lost where we're at in general, but so I actually bought a few games for Devin and I because they were cheaper in bundles, which is weird enough. So I bought the Zombie Trilogy. I bought Castle Crashers, which is an oldie but a goodie. Don't Starve Together. Game. Yeah, it is awesome. I mean, it is a game I could just play for hours. Don't Starve Together. I bought This War of Mine. Haven't played it yet. What else? Hotline Miami 2. I've played Hotline Miami 1. And then I picked up Costume Quest 1 and 2 for $2. So
nice.
That'll be pretty good. As for the games I'm playing, I am literally still playing Hearthstone every day.
Of course.
Every single day. And Devin, you and I are playing Heroes of the Storm. So if anybody's interested in partying up on Heroes of the Storm, Devin has his own Discord server. And we are looking for people to play with because the people... So I hate on every single MOBA community. League of Legends, I hate on Dota 2 community because they're all a bunch of dickheads. And the reason is that I can tell because playing Heroes of the Storm, I'm starting to get that way.
You're getting a little ragey, just a little bit.
I guess so.
I'm gonna say that you did break the fourth wall just a second ago.
What
was that?
Fourth wall?
Or was it the third wall? Which one is it?
The fourth wall is where you talk to the audience.
So he broke the third wall.
What's the third wall?
Well, you see, anyone who's a friend of mine from back in the OG days, they'll get it. They'll get it. If you just look at my YouTube channel, you'll understand. Now I'm breaking the third wall as also.
Sure. I'm confused, but I'm going to continue on. Just
give it all Googles.
I will after this.
Yeah.
But
I broke that third wall many times.
Needless to say, I understand it. So I normally, there are times where I do rage in video games. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not to the point where I rage to people. Here's the Storm. I've gotten a little snappy in the chat because people are just literally not doing anything. So they just fucking lane and do nothing at all. So it's just like, I hate you.
I don't know what you expect out of quick match. I mean,
well, Devin, I expect somebody to do the goddamn objective.
Well, if you want like a dedicated team, just when to get a few people, create one.
Yeah, Bob needs to go pro. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
I'm not in any way pro at all.
In my days of it was, I think, version 2.0 or somewhere around that of classic RuneScape. I played with I used to just go all over the place, and there were so many crap people. And then a friend of mine was in a guild, and he was like, "Oh, dude, you're okay. You're not too bad. You're not too good. Why don't you join the guild?" And then everything became way better. Like, all the fucking plebs, raw.
Didn't have to worry about.
Let me tell you, I bought so many BRB waiting on GFs.
Okay.
Now, I'm assuming you guys didn't play RuneScape.
I did not.
I played a very, very tiny amount of it recently.
Oh, it's a whole different world. I played Classic, which, the new one, technically way better all the way, but, when I was in elementary school, that's basically what I did during summer and after school, is just play RuneScape.
But why?
I mean, it's because I like it. I like the nostalgia. The one I played was where they call them the legacy servers, like the more classic style. I kind of got the appeal of it. I won't say that I completely did, but I did love the nostalgia of the graphics and everything, and felt like I was playing on, I had gone back in time or something.
Well, also, it was either play that or play Solitaire. That's basically what the computer I had at the time could play.
Solitaire, arguably, is the better game.
But it's not very social.
Yeah.
RuneScape is pretty social.
Hold on. Solitaire is extremely social. The only people that play. Hey, listen. No. You listen to me, Devin.
No. The name itself implies one person. It's Solitaire.
But
if you have two people, it's two-a-tear. And what does that sound like? It doesn't. It's a no word.
Horrible.
It sounds. Sounds amazing. You guys just don't get it. Because Solitaire, everybody knows that if you go to your grandma's house, she's going to play Solitaire, and she will chat your fucking ear off the entire time.
But
Boom,
you're
that's
not
social. You're not listening to me, guys.
Hey, man.
It's not two-a-tear. It's one person playing and basically being a Let's Player.
Yeah, it's the antithesis of social if you're playing it on Windows.
Well, you could be in a party and still do it. So arguably Solitaire, while the name itself
if you're at a party and playing Solitaire, you probably don't want to be at a party.
I'm talking like party chat. So like on Xbox Live, you could literally be in a party talking and playing Solitaire, and you're talking to these people, and therefore you're social. The social aspect is completely based on how social you are. So if you are not a social person, the game itself will not be social. Much like any single player game to date.
Fucking life of the party over here.
Yeah, I'm smelling a hit here. I think we need to do a co-op series of Solitaire.
Let's do it.
Dude, it sounds,
I can just see the views rolling in on that one.
To be completely honest, it sounds
by the tens.
Fucking amazing. So I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna tell you guys, Solitaire is social only based on how social you want to be.
Okay.
and I'm right and you're wrong. That's just how my life works. I feel like I win.
I am so confident that you're wrong in this. I'm going to let you have the last word. So go ahead.
At least we're not talking about consoles.
So
true.
Leave a comment in the chat on whether or not Solitaire can be a social game. We'll see how many people actually listen this far into the podcast. Because I'm going to assume it's not very many. In? No, we're 35 minutes in. So the game I'm playing this weekend will be the game of the week. To go back to correct this freight train of a episode. My Steam went away, so I'm not playing a game. It's pretty sweet. But no, to be honest, I am playing a game. It is called Hotline Miami 2. I brought it up already. Boom. Done with that segment. Ready to go on to the next one, Devin?
Let's do this.
I will let you introduce this topic, sir.
So, recently in the news, Mighty Number 9 came out, and it was a huge Kickstarter story. A lot of people would say for the wrong reasons. Before the game was even done, they started a Kickstarter to try and get an anime series going. Trying to remember if they needed additional funding at one point.
Well, that's yes and no. It was an anime series on a different series that the same company was making, while they were also delaying Mighty Number 9. But go ahead.
Yes. So the topic for this week is it okay to invest your money in a Kickstarter? And we'll start with you, Jach.
Okay, so from what I know, both from Mighty Number 9 and all the other previous things they've been working on that I think failed, there's Shenmue 3. And I think we should look at Shenmue 3 before a lot of this stuff blows up, because that was crowdfunded, and then it was also backed by bigger companies.
Yes.
When you're going from independent entrepreneurship, and then you're being backed by a cash cow, basically, you're going to ruin everything. The shareholders are, the people who are in charge of you spending their money, they're going to want you to do it a certain way. Now, that makes sense, in a way, but it's not going to make sense to the people who already gave you their own money, individual people. It's almost like a form of politics. Like if you fund a political entity and they're going to say, all right, I'm not going to be influenced by any big industries, you can't pay me, and then it comes out that they were paid for, it's like, dude, come on.
Yeah, a lot of people got really salty over that with Shenmue, because, it was like 48 hours after the Kickstarter campaign went live that we found out that Sony was going to invest a bunch of money in it. Yeah. And I think a lot of people got not the opinion, but they might have thought that Sony was always going to make a Shenmue game. They were just trying to gauge interest before they went through with it.
And gauging interest with money seems kind of greasy.
Yes, it does. I'm somebody, I am not a believer in the Kickstarter process. I am not going to give, I don't do early access games. I don't do Kickstarters, for the reason that I am not going to give, and I don't do pre-orders, because I'm not going to give somebody money for something that they're not ready to sell to me right now. And, good luck to the people out there that feel that they want to do that, but there's just too many bad stories of Kickstarter shenanigans, people misusing funds from Kickstarters, because there's no obligation. In one sense, you are a shareholder because you're investing in whoever this creator is and in their game, but they have no obligation to give you any kind of return on your investment. They can, you can give them $20 to secure yourself a copy of the game, and then they can just take that money and go. There's no recourse. There's nothing really that you can do to ensure that that's going to happen. You just have to hope that they're on the up and up. So I'm very leery of the Kickstarter process. It's not something that I have put a very high value on.
See, I disagree with you, and I disagree solely because for the right reasons. For the right reasons, Kickstarter makes sense. For the wrong reasons, it is a cash grab. So I feel like Shenmue was absolutely a cash grab, and same with I can't remember the name of it. It's the guys that made the original Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So they're doing another one, and pretty much their marketing was, hey, it's like this other game we did, but it's not. It's totally different. It's like Music of the Dark or something stupid like that, where it's a play on words. And so for those reasons, I agree with you. But for the reasons of actual developing a new IP or developing a new game company, I would like to support it. And I would like to be able to give them my money to say, hey guys, I want you to succeed, and I know without somebody funding you, you're not going to. With that being the case, those are the things I would like to greenlight. Those are the things that I would say, I'm absolutely willing to give you my money. I will not give somebody my money for Toe Jam and Earl. Say that again?
Potato salad.
Potato salad. I would
the guy that got, what did he get, like $25,000?
Yes.
Because he said, I want to make potato salad.
I've never had it before. Let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Or even, so the game's like Toe Jam and Earl. So that's in Kickstarter, and that to me is somebody living off their previous works that didn't make it in the industry, and now they want to live off that nostalgia to make another game to be able to stay, relevant, or to play off people's nostalgia strings, if you will, to say, I can do that again and make it really fun and cool. Give me money.
And,
go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, there was actually a recovered Toe Jam and Earl game, I think 2 years ago. I saw it on a board somewhere, and on an emulation board, and it was pretty cool. Like, they basically had to find all these missing pieces throughout about 5 years and put together what this missing game was of Toe Jam and Earl, and it was going to be the next sequel to it.
So not that I'm going to invest in it, like I said, but I am interested in a new Toe Jam and Earl game. It's hands down it's my favorite series for the Sega Genesis. Those games were just a huge part of my childhood, and I kind of understand a developer like the guys that used to run Rare. They get swallowed up by Microsoft, and the only thing they want to do is make a Banjo and Kazooie game, but Microsoft isn't interested. So they've got two options. They can do whatever shit Microsoft wants them to work on.
Conquer VR. Fucking Conquer VR.
Yeah, exactly. Or they can take a stab out on their own. And like, it's really if there was more protection for the investors through Kickstarter, I would feel more comfortable with it. Ukulele is the name of their new game, and I mean, it looks like it's going to be a great game. I'm very interested in it, but I'm not going to give my money to somebody without some kind of guarantee I'm getting something in return. And it's unfortunate that there are lowlifes out there that are gaming the system and they're giving this process a bad name. But the odds, I'm not going to take that chance on a game. There's not any game that is important enough to me to give them money because I'm like dying to play it. there's not. If I would love a new Toe Jam and Earl game. If it never gets made, I'm not going to be upset about it. I hope that it gets made, and I will play it, and I will pay the money for the game when it gets made. But until then, I'm not going to take the risk of investing my hard-earned dollars into something that I don't have a guarantee about.
And the way I see it is, what I invest in this within reason. With early access or kickstarting, whatever have you, what's their track record? Do they have a track record? Are they reliable? And can I invest in this just low enough for me? Like, if I, let's say, give $5 to a project, maybe 10, am I willing to lose that if it doesn't go through? And that's a good and bad thing, because it's like, okay, well, it was $10. That kind of sucks, but at least it wasn't a huge amount, like $12. But
Right.
like
$2.
Rooster Teeth's $1 Million, but they made that into a card game by Kickstarter. Are you vaping?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to raise a thing. New Devin Bob drinking game. Take a shot whenever he vapes.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super loud.
Dude, I've got my mic muted. How did you hear that?
Dude, you didn't have it muted.
No, I swear to God, I looked down right when he said something and it was on mute.
Definitely not muted.
Nope.
But anyways, so we'll cut that part. And so I hear you, man. But part of it, the concept of, it's like a mini venture capitalist, and something like 9% of Kickstarters fail, which isn't a huge number. And to me, that's enough to say, I'm willing to give you my money. Now, it's not really a venture capitalist, because the only thing you really get in return is
their work.
Well, you get a prize. So if you pay a certain amount, you can get signed Toe Jam and Earl t-shirts or something stupid like that. So you can get something back, but it's their work, and it's knowing that you helped fund it. So it's not as amazing. But anyways, so that game was Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. That was the Castlevania knockoff.
Yeah.
Castlevania, but not Castlevania.
Is paying for video games, other things also, but is paying this amount of money worth being in the credits, basically? In the thank you or whatever.
Depends.
Yeah, that's the way I see it.
And to be honest, it depends. And for me, it really depends on, maybe their pedigree of what they've done in the past, or, say they come to the table with a playable demo and they just need the extra funding to get to that last mile.
Yeah. Something
like that is really going to push me to move forward on it. So any last thoughts before we wrap it up for tonight?
I don't know, man. I don't know. So I think that'll do it for us. So this has been the Devin Bob Show, episode 25 with Mr. Jach. In all actuality, Jach or Jach Plays, however you want to say it, he won't tell us. So go check him out at YouTube. He does have a new series starting. Be sure to check that out. Be sure to check out some of the other stuff that we have on our channel. So our movie reviews, Devin's retro game rehash. I kind of like that name, retro rehash. Devin should have went with that. But then you can't.
Maybe we'll adjust it somewhere down the line.
Maybe you can't have the toilet thing.
Yeah, but then I lose my little 8-bit turd.
Yeah, I like the turd. The turd is nice. And then be sure to check out, I don't know if at this point it's going to be up or not, so I'm not going to tell you. We do have a new series starting on our channel. It's going to be special. It goes out it goes out to the ones that we love, or maybe the ones that we've missed. So be sure to check it out. It will be great. I will tweet about it, so follow me on Twitter. It's at BillyZ6219. Follow Devin. Devin has a ridiculous channel name. I can never remember it.
It's at dev_channel DB. It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. Or If you want some more of Jach's antics, follow him at Jach Plays, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And that will do it for us, everybody. Have a great and wonderful night.
It's Jach Plays.
Jach Plays. He said it. Not still recording. All right, I'm out. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, this is Devin.
And this is Bob.
We want to thank you for watching the video. If you like what you watch, make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel as well.
Be sure to check out some of our other videos that are appearing on your screen as we speak.